Gives me freedom and space and alone time because he knows I've been going, and then we're good to go. And I know that he loves it. So it's kind of like I show up for him because I know that he needs me to rally and show up. So it's knowing each other's personalities and energies and kind of matching them when need be.
I love that. How long, Leo, did it take you to understand that about Clarissa? Because I know a lot of people, when their spouse maybe feels a little distant just because they're being quiet, but they just really need alone time, they could take that like personal and make them feel like they're upset with them or that you did something wrong. So how long did it take for you to realize like sometimes Clarissa just needs alone time?
The first 15 years it wasn't as obvious because we were in a small town. We had 3 young children, so we were at home most of the time, and if we did go out, it was just one night a week, and it was a couple hours, and we weren't as exposed to socializing so much. It wasn't until I think we moved, and the kids are older now, so we're in Texas, and now we're a part of bigger parties and a lot more socializing, a lot more dinners with other couples and people in business, and that's where I think it became more obvious. And I think at first I didn't understand it 100%. I think it was like, hey, are you good? I thought there was something wrong, and so I would react that way, like, hey, are we good? Did I say something, or did someone say something? And then it was just again clear communication. Clarissa sharing that no, and then she explained to me like, hey, you're more of an extrovert, I'm more of an introvert, and so yes, I'll go and I'll do whatever we have to do to get things done, but I can do about a day or 2, maybe 3 max, and then I'm good. Like, I'm done. I was just actually having this conversation the other day on a call with a CEO. He was like, oh, my wife is a little bit like that as well. Do you mind sharing a little bit more on that? So then I did. I was sharing about my kids and Clarissa. So I said, Clarissa's more of at first her battery's like up here, and the more we socialize, if it's 1 day or 2 days, depending on how full they are, her battery's going down. And where me, I'm the opposite. My battery's up here, and it goes up even more if we're in a crowd and we're with people and those types of things. So then what I do, knowing that about my wife, is if it's day 1 and there's a break, I go up to her and I'm like, hey, if you need a break and you need to just go get a little bit of alone time and time to yourself for a couple hours, like I think the next 2 hours we're good, but I do need you back like 5, because at 5 we're going to dinner with a few business couples, and I think that's just us knowing that about each other. Then Clarissa on her side, and I'll let her share on that end, that she's more of the opposite.
I would say self-awareness is probably a huge thing for us. So me realizing, even when we had our conversations, Leo's always been a straight shooter, likes immediate action, likes immediate responses, and I tend to take my time to really think and process, digest, analyze, give feedback, and really just understanding how you operate as an individual so that the other person can figure out how best to work with you is probably a big portion of that. And then as far as social interactions go, knowing that about yourself and knowing that your spouse also needs you to show up. So it's a combination of your spouse understands you and gives you the freedom and flexibility to kind of have your quiet downtime, but also when it's go time, then you need to show up, you need to rise to the occasion, and you need to be present, and you need to be engaged, because this is a team sport and he needs you to tap in. Yeah, it's really worked well for us, kind of understanding that dance and kind of the natural cadence and how it evolves for each of us.
And I would say that over time, you adapt. I actually enjoy quite a bit of alone time now. Even though I come home, the first thing I do in the morning is I go for a walk, and it's usually an hour, sometimes 2-hour walk. Then Clarissa goes to the gym, does her thing. And then in the evening, that's what I do again, is hey, we have dinner, and then I go for another walk, and it's another hour, hour and a half.
Funny story actually on the walk. Leo takes his alone time, and it's funny because he usually will ask, do you want to go on a walk with me? Would you like to join me? And 9 out of 10 times I say no. I almost seem upset, like, why are you always trying to walk me? I'm not a puppy. I don't need to go for a walk, right? But if he were to not ask me, I would be so offended and upset, because why don't you want to take me for a walk now? So that's kind of what it's like to be married to a woman. We don't really know what we want, but we want to be regarded and considered. I don't want to go for a walk, but I want you to ask me so I can say I don't want to go for a walk,
And as men, we just need to be aware of that they're a little bit crazy. And so ask her to go on the walk, even though you know she's going to say no.